Three Musketeers and Their Erotic Adventures is a West German language movie from 1971. The writer and director is Erwin Dietrich, the infamous Swiss filmmaker who also worked with Jesus Franco on many occasions. But when he did not, then the thriller horror element is not existent in his works, like in this film. This is really all about the romance and the comedy. Sadly, the romance is not inspiring and the comedy is never funny. The good thing is that basically every guy, no matter which hair color he prefers, will see something that suit his taste. The sad thing is that honestly all the girls in here with 2 to 3 exception makes look really wasted, unaesthetic and downright slutty. Huge turn off, and as this is the case, the fact that they are almost always naked is not helping matters at all. The film runs for slightly over 80 minutes and this runtime is dragged a lot. Story, good acting, and convincing plot development performances are basically non-existent from start to finish. The most non-cast member is probably Ingrid Stiger, whose show was is voluptuous. But this is far from enough to let me recommend this mess of a movie. Certainly one of Dietrich's worst, and that says quite something. A young D'Artagnan sets off to join the Musketeers and along the way encounters several able and willing beautiful women who cannot wait to teach our would-be warrior how to wield his weapon. From the start, peasant girl Ivan has her eye on him and has a couple of romps in the cornfield. The three musketeers also get their share of female plays with the barmaid. D'Artagnan is on his way to join the musketeer only to find out to his disappointment that their life is more a life of debauchery than one of heroic deeds. That is the idea underlying this film. And as far as ideas for short films go, it is a fairly good one. Sadly, this is just about the only fairly good thing about this movie. The content had not been developed beyond that initial idea, and so neither D'Artagnan nor the movie are really going anywhere. To fill the minute missing from feature film length, scenes from another film have been edited into this flick and are sold to the viewers as stories told by the musketeer. On the good side, the scenes showing the musketeer riding through the woods not only fail to show the horses, indeed the camera angle allow the viewer to spot the top of the contraption on which the saddles are mounted, and it's neither alive nor moving. It is also noticeable that the cinematographers didn't use a dolly. In these films, camera movement is always in angles. The camera never follows an action. Having grown up on his father's arm among pretty, voluptuous women who only tried to seduce him, innocent 14-year-old D'Artagnan has gained enough experience with the help of the female resident. As a result, young D'Artagnan decides to pursue his dream to become a royal musketeer in Paris. However, the road to the big city is long and fraught with temptation, and it quickly turns out that the three musketeers, Athos, Aramis, and Porthos, are more interested in buxom serving girls and noble ladies. It is difficult to know how to begin to review this hodgepodge of a disaster. This film is from the Ingrid Steger collection and is directed by Erwin Dietrich, who has made a name for himself with this softcore romp. On no account can this offering be considered as one of his better efforts. The plot, what little there is of it, lacks any sort of meaningful direction and in the end goes nowhere. It just stops. A young D'Artagnan sets off to join the Musketeers and along the way encounters several able and willing, beautiful women who cannot wait to teach our would-be warrior how to wield his weapon. From the start, peasant girl Yvonne has her eye on him and has a couple of romps in the cornfield. The three musketeers also get their share of female plays with the barmaid and later with the countess, who does not seem at all put out that they have just killed her husband. The most notable encounter for D'Artagnan in his first time with the voluptuous gypsy girl, who exhibit an exotic sensuality as well as her body. However, despite the willingness of the women to get naked, there is a certain coyness to the nude scenes, wherein there are strategically placed blanket or foliage to obscure the nudity, although appearing to be shot on location and using stunning panoramic vistas. The whole production smacks of cheapness with goof gala. The music sounds like a jazzed up harpsichord and electric organ. The love action consists of a lot of writhing and bouncing about and looks totally fake. Worst of all, when the musketeers are supposed to be riding their horses, The background does not move, and this same background is used for what are meant to be separate location. There is more, but enough is enough. The film stops dead in its track. We see the three musketeers who are obviously not the actors riding away, and the screen goes blank. Only the women who were willing to give their all are worthy of any credit. They were let down by a crass everyone else. I've been happily working through my Ingrid sticker box set and generally being very pleasantly surprised at the content. And although the lustful tuck turned out to be a bit of a tucky, at least the lovely Ingrid's effort kept the film afloat. Not so here, I'm afraid, partly because she is not given enough to do, and all that she is given is what everyone else is given. Instruction to strip off, lay down on top of each other and pretend to copulate. I can't believe that even in the 70s, that either the love or the silly musketeer buffoonery would have been appreciated. But certainly today this appalling non-movie is some endurance test. Well, can't win them all, and the score of 2 is for the rather surprising but brave whipping scene, and for Ingrid peeling back the leaves of the corn on the cob. The erotic adventures of the three musketeers tells about the three musketeers and the erotic adventures. So the title is also the story. It's an Owen Dietrich production, which means the production meets all standard and looks elegant. And since a squad have restored pretty much all of their films to HD, even such a small film is now available in perfect image quality. What would it be nice if other German films from the 70s were available in such quality? The film wasn't really my thing, naughty love adventures and mostly with ladies who didn't shoot my taste at all. With a film like that there is usually not much else. But oh wonder, it's fine here. This may sound like a joke, but I enjoyed the very enchantingly beautiful outdoor shot really now. They choose wonderful location and the film comes across 99% like a historical film. Even the music fits and is atmospheric. Nothing seems cheap or trashy except for the story. The love content? Well, as always with Dietrich, the corresponding scenes are clearer than in other films of the time. Love doesn't involve strange rolling around, but rather it involves real position and appropriate movement by the man. Yes, but it's not that exciting. If the three guys weren't absolute pleasure killers, then the poster would be the best thing about the film. If you have something pretty in front of you in this position and she also has pretty pigtail, then you will be happy to hold the rein. But I am not telling you anything new, you know yes yourself. She won't ask for it or want to be asked about it.